Hello and a very warm welcome to you here at the Jurong East Stadium. It's a lovely aerial view of the stadium out west of Singapore as Tanjong Pagar United take on Tampines Rovers in the AIA Singapore Premier League this Saturday evening. It's a huge game for both these sides, and it will be the second of 4 matches this weekend, match week 20. Last night, what a rip-roaring affair we had. Balestier Khalsa with one of the results of the season, a 6-1 hammering of Hougang United. At the same time today as this match at Jurong East at Jalan Besar Stadium, it is the derby of sorts. Young Lions will be up against Lion City Sailors. Lots of eyes on them. We'll be talking about that very shortly. And Albrechts Niigata with an opportunity to put some pressure on the Sailors. They take on Geylang International here at Jurong East. So this is why things are so crucial for this particular match that we're going to talk about now, the feature game here, Tampines Rovers and Tanjong Pagar. Just 4 points separate them, with Tampines Rovers having a game in hand. So should they win this today, they'll be a point behind Tanjong Pagar, and they still have that extra match to play. So really, really important for those AFC Cup places. It does look as if 3rd and 4th will be enough to get into Asia next season. So, as I mentioned, absolutely no doubts about where the big news has come from this week. As we see some of the players warming up, we will, of course, be turning our attentions to Tanjong Pagar and Tampines Rovers. I'm very, very delighted to say I've got the Assistant Technical Director from the Football Association of Singapore, Philip Au, with me this evening. Philip, really good to have you with us. And you know where we're going to head to, right? The big news this week has been, of course, the termination, the parting of ways, shall we say, of Kim Do-hoon from Lion City Sailors. This is the statement put out by the Sailors in about 70 words or so. They basically thanked him for his work and wished him the very best. And the other bit of news, of course, is that the technical director, Luka Lalic, will take interim charge of the match tonight against Young Lions. Now, this has all come off the back of the disciplinary committee's hearing, the results of that just a few days ago, where Kim Do-hoon, of course, he clashed with Mustafik Fahrudin of Tampines Rovers. Both of them were found guilty of violent conduct. There was a 3-match suspension for each of them and a fine for both, $2,000 for Kim Do-hoon, $3,000 for Mustafik. Lion City Sailors also fined $5,000, as were Tampines Rovers, for the conduct of their team. So that's what's happened. Off the back of that was the sacking. What are your thoughts? What were your immediate thoughts on the back of that? I mean, what did you think of the incident per se when it happened, the two teams when they clashed, Philip?
Yes, hi Sujat. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I watched that game as well. It was a hard-fought match, and tensions were high. It happens in football.
Yes.
You know, I've been on the touchline before, and yeah, sometimes the pressure of getting the 3 points gets to coaches. Yep. Well, it's only fair that both sides got punished.
Yep.
Yep. And I think it's a fair punishment. Both coaches got punished. Yep. But I didn't see this coming.
No, absolutely. And we'll talk about Kim Do-hoon shortly, but what about the fact that now Mustafik in this match today, he's not here. This is the first of 3 matches that he's going to be missing. How would that be for Gavin Lee missing his right-hand man?
Yeah, so, you know, as a head coach, the assistant coach role plays an important part. You know, sometimes as a head coach, you are focused on something. Your assistant coach will offer you another view.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes it perhaps, like, you know, for me as a head coach, I'll go to my assistant. You know what, I'm thinking of changing this. What do you think?
Right.
Yeah. So I think the right-hand man is
he knows
important.
your team. He knows your team inside out, like you. He's with them every day.
Yep.
He'll be like, it's the brain's trust, right? It's your partner, really.
That's right.
Okay, so Gavin won't have Mustafik for the next couple of matches. Very quickly, your thoughts on you know, Luka Lalic, who's a technical director of the academy. He's sort of gone ahead. It's raised a few eyebrows with people in the football community that he's gone ahead of Robin Chitraka, who was the interim coach previously. He's under 21 coach now, when Aurelio Vidmar left the club, and also Noor Rahman, who's the assistant coach. Talking of assistant coaches.
Yeah, so yes, I was surprised that Robin didn't fill up again. because while Vidmar left, he filled up and they won all games.
They did.
Yeah, 100% win record. Yeah, so I mean, I know Robin very well because he was my assistant coach, and he's an experienced coach and been around Singapore for a long time. Yeah, you have Noor Rahman there as well, who has been assistant coach for Aurelio Vidmar, for Kim Do-hoon as well.
Right.
And he will know the players very, very well. Yeah, so, but we don't know what transpired you know, behind. So, yeah, it's difficult for us to speculate.
Yeah, interesting. We'll of course keep an eye on that game, and we'll see how that match pans out this evening as well. Now, we're talking about Tampines Rovers here, and they are of course chasing that AFC Cup spot. The problem for them, as we look here, Philip, is they have struggled, particularly since their return from the AFC Cup. They've only had 2 wins. One of them was against Young Lions, which, with all due respect, they probably would feel that they should be winning that. There was a bit of a surprise against Geylang International, who've been the informed team in Singapore football over the last couple of months. Outside of that, they haven't been convincing, have they?
Yeah, so they've been inconsistent. They are great going forward. However, you know, they get hit on the transition. Yeah, I think Gavin hasn't found the solution of the transitional from attack to defense.
Right.
Because, you know, in some of the matches that I watched, the goals that they concede were when they were having possession. Yeah, and it is a concern. They definitely have to improve the defensive side of things, because today they come up against Tanjong Pagar, who is a counter-attacking team as well.
Yeah, I mean, we know kind of what Tanjong Pagar will do, and we'll get into that in a while. This was a surprise result against Geylang International, who like to play on the front foot. And I don't think many people really would have given Tampines a shot going into this, particularly coming off that rather, you know, disappointing result prior to that with Lion City Sailors. And well, they can surprise, right? That's the thing. They've got the ability. They've got some really good players in their ranks.
Definitely. You know, their star striker Boris. They call him Big Bat Boris, right? He's been tremendous form. Yeah, this season he's been so consistent, and you know, he scores spectacular goals as well. Yeah, so he'll be one to watch today for sure.
Well, look at those stats. 6 goals in the last 5 matches. He is the league's joint top scorer with 22 so far. You know, he's a big man. He holds the ball up well, doesn't he? And then suddenly he can turn his man, and he gets into some really good positions as well. What do you like about him?
Yeah, so you're right. Physically, he's big. And so if you are a central defender going too tight on him, he's going to spin you, and the moment he spins you, you're done for. But if you give him too much space, he's going to punish you as well. So yes, you know, he's a big man, and so crosses into the box will be dangerous.
So that's important there for Boris Kapitovic and what he can do. But now let's talk about Tanjong Pagar, and they have a very good striker in their ranks as well. Ryo Nishiguchi has been scoring goals for fun. I mean, quite often he has to lead that line on his own. You know, when Amri is not there with him, they've very rarely started the 2 of them up top. But he has the ability to run through teams, doesn't he?
Yes, technically very, very sound, very, very good with the ball. You know, there was one game where I saw he dribbled from the halfway line and slotted in. This year, he has been playing in the striker's role, central role, as compared to last season.
Where he's far more comfortable, right?
Yep, definitely. And, you know, 18 matches, 17 goals, 5 assists. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so, and the game, how Tanjong Pagar set up is ideal for Ryo Nishiguchi, because he loves to have the ball, he loves the space, and he's capable enough to run behind the defense line as well. So, yeah, I think he'll be dangerous for Tampines today.
So these are the kind of stats between these 2 top strikers. At the top, you know, not much difference, and then you head towards shots. So far more shots from Boris Kapitovic. It's almost 1 in 2 of his shots is on target. It's just over 50% as well. Actually, fairly above 50% for Ryo Nishiguchi. So they're pretty good, at least on getting shots on target. It's about that conversion rate. And I guess 17 goals out of 38 shots on target, that's almost half, and 22 out of 40. So it's almost 50% conversion. It's a very good record, isn't it?
Yep, for both of them, yeah, it's good percentage. Yep.
So these are the two men to keep an eye on today. And overall, when we look at Tanjong Pagar, they kind of blow hot and cold, don't they? Because for a long time at the start of the season, they were league leaders. I mean, that was the surprise package of the season. Then they went through a slump. Then they kind of went up again. But it's kind of back and forward. Something like this incident with Akram last week, it seemed madness at the time that he would do something like this. When this was a game, almost bankable 3 points for them.
That's right. Yeah, it was definitely 3 points lost last week. Yeah, so discipline is an issue. Of course, Akram is a young player. What he did last week was shocking because he was right in front of fourth official.
Yeah.
And you know what? The boy that got hit ended up assisting 2 goals for Young Lions. Yeah.
Raul Suhaimi was brilliant, wasn't he? After there he is right now, the number 2.
Yeah.
And they really missed that presence on the left-hand side. At least a player, not necessarily Akram, but a player on that left-hand side. That was a match where certainly being reduced to 10 made a massive difference, didn't it?
Definitely that one man down caused them, with regards to their formation, because they play with a back 3 with wing backs, and then they have to readjust, and I felt that was the problem.
Well, we'll have more from Philip after this, as well as hearing from the coaches. Do stay with us. Tanjong Pagar United versus Tampines Rovers. The team lineups are coming up next. Welcome back to Jurong East Stadium. We're about 15 minutes away, just over that for the match between Tanjong Pagar United and Tampines Rovers. Now we're looking at the head-to-head here. The last time these two sides played, Tanjong Pagar won that one 4-2, and earlier in the season it was a 3-3. If I recall, that was a 3-0 lead in that one before storming fight back. But overall, look, you can see that things have kind of evolved for Tanjong Pagar. They've had a few draws as well in the past, ever since Tanjong Pagar came back. But obviously right now, Tanjong Pagar have been playing overall a better football for you, Philip, this season?
Yeah, both teams have different identities, Tampines, you have possession-based football. Tanjong Pagar, their direct approach. Well, from the 4 results, definitely there are goals. And I'm sure there'll be goals today as well.
Right, so the fans are waiting expectantly, and we can tell you we have got the team news and the lineups for you. This is Tanjong Pagar United. They have made 3 changes from the side that had that very, very disappointing loss to Young Lions. Of course, we saw Akram there, who got red carded, so he's obviously unavailable, and so he's suspended. Karan Amri, we hear, has been injured since the last game. Sharon Sabarin is on the bench. So income veteran defender Daniel Bennett, Khairul Nizam will be up front with Rio Nishiguchi, and Mirko Sugic makes a very, very welcome return. There was a feeling that he would only be fit for training and not fully match fit, but he has come back, and I wonder whether that's also a circumstance of what's going on. They're quite desperate to get him back into action. We'll talk about that in a short while. Here's the team news for Tampines Rovers after their 4-1 win over Geylang International on the 3rd of August. Mark Ryan Tan is out with a long-term injury, of course. We know Mustafik, as we told you about, with a 3-match suspension. But for team news itself, Yasser Hanapi, the skipper, returns to the side, as does Chris Van Huysen. Ryan Sanizal is on the bench. He makes way. And Firdaus Kasman, unfortunately, has COVID. So that is the 2 lineups for you. What do you make of these lineups, Philip?
Yeah, for Tanjong Pagar, Sugic returning is crucial for them. He is a very, very key player, strong in possession, able to find the final pass. So I think the last 2 games without him, Tanjong Pagar struggled in the middle of the park. Yep, and
right, so we'll get more from Philip in a short while. Let's have the pre-match interviews. We'll first hear from Hazrin Jailani, followed by the Tampines coach, Gavin Lee.
Well, I think we just need to progress from here. We got 2 losses. It's a very important match for us today. So we just need to get things right, and then, just need to have a good result at the end of the day. Yeah.
Okay, the match today is an important one for the AFC Cup battle. Is that an added motivation for you?
Well, for us, we don't want to pressure ourselves. We know that the AFC spot is there for us to look at. But we are just taking one game at a time right now. It's going towards the end of the rounds, one more round to go. So we just stay focused on one game at a time right now, rather than pressuring ourselves in terms of thinking of the AFC spot. Yeah.
Tampines has a key man in Boris up front. What's the game plan to stop him tonight?
Well, I think Boris is on fire right now. The league top scorer together with Tanaka. Definitely he's a big threat up front, using scoring and also using his body well. So for us, we will just treat Boris as important as all the other players as well. I think Kyoga is important for the team as well. Without Kyoga or without other players' service, I think it's difficult for him to score. But we just maybe look at it as a special attention for us to take care in Boris. Yeah.
Coach, the DC hearing is finally done and the charges are handed out. With that finally behind, how are you feeling ahead of this one?
Yeah, I think we're excited for this game. This is a big game for us and for them. Yeah, it's been a challenging couple of days, but credit to the boys, credit to the team. We're very focused on the task at hand, and we're just ready for tonight's game.
You didn't play last weekend. Do you see that as an advantage?
Yeah, fortunately for us, I don't think we had a game on the weekend because we have quite a few COVID cases and stuff like that. So, but the good thing is we've got players back now, so ready to support us from the bench. And but this week preparation has all been about bigger than our challenges, and so tonight let's see if we can adopt that approach. Yeah, it's about us keeping the ball well and moving the ball quicker than they can come and press us. And but the challenge is to maintain that calm thinking to be able to execute the game plan. And but it's always nice to play Tanjong Pagar. It's always a good game.
Good to get the thoughts there of the 2 men. I mean, actually, when you think about it, Philip, we've got one former academy director essentially moving up towards first team action in Gavin Lee, and I suppose that could be some kind of inspiration for Luca, right? Today, I mean, he's taking charge. It's 2 men with a similar background.
Yeah, Gavin spent many years in youth football before making the step up.
Yeah.
But before that, he actually assisted
Mm.
Alex Weaver at Warriors as well.
Right.
So he did get his experience in senior football. But I also know that Luca did some assistant coach many years ago with
Right.
Woodlands and Balestier as well. So yeah, so it's all right for coaches to do the jump. But yeah, it's a totally different experience though.
Absolutely.
Handling senior professional players versus young players. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we're not just talking about any senior professional player. We're talking about a dressing room with the likes of, just about every player there is either a foreign star or a Singapore international. It's not easy stepping into that, which would be interesting to see how that goes. But turning our attentions back to this one, um, you know, it's an obvious one to talk to Hazran Jailani about Boris Kapitovic because he's the league's top scorer, joint top scorer. How would you? I mean, if you were in Hazran's position, how do you what would you tell your players? How do you deal with someone like Boris Kapitovic? You don't want to get too touch tight. Is that correct?
That's right, because he's going to spin you.
Yeah.
But he spoke about the other players as well, and he spoke about Kyoga.
Cutting the service off. Is that?
That's right. Yeah. So that is one way you cut the service off. Of course, the other one is when the ball's on the flanks, you got to be aware of where's Boris, because if the ball comes in there, he's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye and see how they are going to deal with Kapitovic and Nakamura, the two danger men, as far as Philip Au is concerned. We'll hear more from Philip, and we'll have commentary for you. The start of this game kicks off very shortly indeed, as Tanjong Pagar and Tampines Rovers will take to the field very shortly indeed. Just a couple minutes away before the teams come on and we get action underway here at the Jurong East Stadium as Tanjong Pagar United take on Tampines Rovers. It is really an opportunity for Tanjong Pagar to consolidate their third spot in the table. If they win this today, they will go 7 points clear of Tampines Rovers, though of course they will still have a match in hand, the Stags, but it will give them that valuable breathing space, Philip, wouldn't it, for Tanjong Pagar today?
Yes, if they get the 3 points today, definitely, you know, they pull away from Tampines. And yeah, I mean, Tanjong Pagar has been a project for 3 years already.
Yes.
And they have kept things, you know, they kept the team shape, team intact, the coaching staff intact as well. And therefore you could see the progress. And yeah, today will be important. I think even if they don't win, at least draw so that Tampines don't catch up 3 points on them. And yeah, it will go a long way towards them achieving the AFC Cup spot.
I suppose the disappointment as far as Tanjong Pagar are concerned is those last couple of results. They got hammered 5-0 by Geylang. They then conceded 4 against Young Lions. Will the message be, look, guys, we all know why we conceded 4 against Young Lions, because we were a man down. Is that kind of the way to go about it? Let's just draw a line under it now, because that was not us at our best, and we were handicapped.
Yeah. So I'm sure they would have moved on from the Young Lions result. You know, the inclusion of Dan Burnett in this lineup today, he's going to bring experience. He's going to be the guy that's going to go talk at the back and command the team, you know. Yeah, he's going to add stability. However, of course, we do know that his lack of pace may be found out. So, yeah, so it's a give and take, right?
Mohamed Hilmi Fuad in charge of this one, assisted by Andy Tan and Kasi Gopikana. The 4th official is Jansen Fu. And, you know, you're talking about Dan Bennett, this is playing against his old club. He'll know a thing or two what's going on behind the scenes there as well. As we look at that Tanjong Pagar lineup, reminder again for Tanjong Pagar, they have the trio of Ryan Shafiq, Akari Abdullah and Shakir Hamza, who've all got injury issues. And the defender Akram Azman is serving the first of a 2-match ban for that straight red card in the last match. The 3 changes today are coming in: Dan Bennett, Karul Nizam and Mirko Sugic, who returns, and we feel probably rushed back in given how important this fixture is. Sharon Sabran is on the bench. Akram, as we said, suspended, and Karul Amri, we hear, is injured. Hassan Jailani says it's one match at a time. They don't want to get carried away. These are heady days for Tanjong Pagar United. Remember, they were a team that came back into the SPL without winning a single match. And that was tough. People had written them off, but here they are in the top 3. For Tampines Rovers, they feel they're a team that should be in the top 3. Gavin Lee has a fully fit squad with the exception of Mark Ryan Tan, who is ruled out with a long-term injury. He hasn't got his right-hand man today with him. And he also won't have Firdaus Kasman, who unfortunately has COVID. We wish him all the best. Ryan Sanizal is on the bench. Yasser Hanapi comes back into the side, as does Chris Van Huysen. Not bad to have two Singapore internationals coming back into the side today.
Yep, that's right. But what's interesting for me is the number of young players starting in the starting 11, you know. Ong Yuan, Iman Hakim, and Irfan Najib.
He's not one, Gavin Lee, as we see him here, he's not one to shy away from blooding youngsters, is he? And he's actually actively goes out to do that, doesn't he?
Yeah, and so, you know, coming back to his background where he spent many years in youth development, that will give him confidence as a coach, as a senior coach, to blood young players.
Yeah, I think he's kind of been given a remit, hasn't he, at Tampines Rovers. Bring from within our ranks and see what we can come up with. Because, look, they're not the club that they maybe used to be.
Yep.
Circumstances have changed. And he's trying to embed this philosophy in. He's come in for some criticism, particularly after Asian competitions. They seem to have this hangover. But he has a vision. He has a way he wants his sides to play, doesn't he?
Yep, and it's fully supported by the chairman, right? Yep, and let's not forget that they do have young players that's going to come back.
Yes.
You know, like Joel Chu, Shasha Hiran.
Yep.
Yeah, so the future for Tampines would be these players. And yeah, I like the way they are approaching things at this club.
Yeah, 2 absolutely brilliant players who are currently with Young Lions that will come back to the club and have signed 5-year contracts as well, which is quite unusual within the Singapore football context. So
that's right.
Good to see. Rio Nishiguchi will get us underway here for Tanjong Pagar United. He's the other danger man to watch out for. As you say, Philip, he's a very different kind of striker.
Yep. Give him the ball and he could dribble past 3-4 players and slot it at the back of the net.
Let's come through to Shodai Nishikawa, who we had down as left wing back, but he quite often can play further up the pitch. There's Dan Bennett looking for Khairul Nizam, who starts today. He doesn't get too many starting positions. Good to see him in the lineup today. There's Mirko Sugic, you can see next to Yasser Hanapi. And it's an indication of just how important this game is that he has been pushed into the starting 11. Now Blake Risciuto. That has actually gone to Tampines Rovers. Play, to be fair, the referee had said quite some time ago that it was to be a Tampines throw-in. I actually thought it was a Tanjong Pagar throw-in, but he's awarded the Tampines Rovers, which is... Oh, he has given it to Tanjong Pagar. Now, they're saying, well, we took it. What was wrong with that? Away by Chris Van Huysen. What do you feel about him playing in this right-back role, which he's done quite a lot of this season, Van Huysen?
Yeah, so he is a right winger, right?
Yeah.
Before, or left winger. So by moving him back to a fullback position, of course he will offer the width coming from the back. Yeah. Well, he's got back into the national team, playing in that position, and yeah, I think he has the fitness level for it as well. So good for Van Huysen.
Yeah, Van, interesting to see as they're trying to clear Irfan, unconvincing, and that slipped through Shodai Nishikawa at the near post. How did that get past Shazwan Buhari? Well, that was Irfan Najib not able to clear his lines, and it's a very early goal for Tanjong Pagar United.
Well, it was good finish by Shodai.
So Irfan made it difficult for himself, didn't he? He shouldn't be scoring from that angle, should he?
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, we say that goalkeepers should cover the near post. But that little gap was there for Shodai to finish.
Exploited by Shodai Nishikawa, who's got the all-important early goal. Big goal for Shodai Nishikawa, who now has got his third goal of the campaign. That could well be the most important one. But it was Irfan Najib's uncertainty at the back. The ball obviously has quite a bounce here on this pitch, and he couldn't quite get it away. Mirko Sugic putting a bit of pressure on him.
Well, Sajad, this early goal is good for the game. As a neutral, you know, we want to see goals, and
absolutely.
Yep.
Already quite a few disputes on all the throw-ins. Farrett's get something on it. There's Khairul Nizam. Away by Yamashita. Risciuto just having a word there with the referee. You know, when Tampines, in that controversial game against Lion City Sailors, I thought they were really good and very unlucky not to win. And that's the kind of Tampines I think people are hoping to see. They somehow seem to raise their game when it comes to playing Lion City Sailors.
That's right. I remember there was one game in Jalan Besar where they, in the first half, they totally dominated LCS.
Taufik Suparno in particular was creating all kinds of havoc in that game at Jalan Besar. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So, but you know, when you dominate games, you have to score.
Yeah. That's been the problem, hasn't it? Yeah. Being that clinical, which is surprising given they've got that man up there, Boris Kapitovic. Ong Yuan, he's one that has really impressed. Made his name at Albrechts Nagata. Now, was that a little handoff by Mirko Sugic? Nakamura is about 50 centimeters shorter than, probably more than that, actually, probably about a meter shorter than this man. No, not quite, but he's not one to shy away. Yasser! Oh, that's not all that far away. Aiming for that corner, that top corner that Safran would have found hard to get to. First real attempt for Tampines Rovers. Safran nowadays thought of as perhaps third choice goalkeeper for Singapore. Made a lot of saves this season, but he's also conceded a lot of goals. This is one thing about Tampines Rovers, they get right in your face, don't they? They're a physical, they can be a really physical outfit. They're quite happy to sit back when they want to, but sometimes when they just want to push forward and press, they don't let up, do they? This is a real hallmark of this team, physical.
Yep, they are. You know, looking at two central midfielders in Blake and Sugic, they are both big guys, you know, and physically very, very tough. And as you can see here, Shodai putting early pressure. And so, yeah, in certain parts of the game, when they do high press, they will all go together. But they don't do it often.
Yeah.
Yep. Generally, they'll sit back and let you come out and concede the space behind and hit you on the counters.
It's a nice run there from Yasser Hanapi. Has to go back towards Irwan Shah. Nice little run here. Certainly by side for Dow's. Oh wow, how on earth did he get that far ahead? That was a weaving run from him, wasn't it?
Yep. Great first touch. Just lacking the final ball, isn't it?
They're looking for Kopitovic. Flicked across the goal. Here's Saifradaus again. Nishiguchi doing his defensive duties and clears the ball upfield. Well, we have an early goal in the other game, and Maxime Lestienne, who has been one of the players of the season so far, opens his account today. 1-0 Lion City Sailors. Irwan Shah up to Kopitovic, who decides to go wide to Chris Van Huysen. That's just above the big man Kopitovic. Better from Tampines Rovers. They've seemingly recovered from that early setback.
Yep, as expected, you know, they're going to have much of possession, and yeah, they're going to create chances for sure. But as you can see, Tanjong Pagar, they're just happy to sit there and concede possession.
Yeah, this won't worry them too much, will it, Philip, at the moment? They're okay with teams coming at them, aren't they?
They're used to it, and it's part of their tactics, you know.
Dan Bennett tries to clear. Rishuto now gets in on the action. Irfan Najib has to go back to his keeper. Side for Daus. Yasser, who has kind of a license to roam around, doesn't he?
Yep, he plays behind Boris, but you can see him dropping deep into midfield to link up as well.
Oh, cool as ice there, Dan Bennett. Now Shodai Nishikawa. Nice stuff here. Fatullah, the space on the right-hand side. This is Rushaidi. Decent ball in, Rushaidi. That should be an easy finish. Oh, they haven't been able to put that in. I suppose you could say in some ways Shazwan has sort of redeemed himself a little bit there after that first goal. That really should have been 2-0.
Yep, definitely a chance wasted. And this is what I'm talking about, Shazad, that Tampines in this phase, you know, they went on the attack and within seconds they conceded a chance.
You feel they get caught out in these transitions. You brought that up earlier, didn't you? Yeah,
that's right.
Absolutely. You know, keep an eye out for that. Here's Ong Yuan. Now Van Huysen, that's cut out the pass to Rishuto. I mean, and that's one thing that's very noticeable about Tampines Rovers. Sorry, about Tanjong Pagar, is they love to play quick transition up to Nishiguchi, get the ball up to him as quickly as possible. So that's actually playing directly into the weakness of Tampines, isn't it, the way that Tanjong Pagar play?
Yep, so these two teams, you know, one who sets up to sit back, defend deep, the other one plays in an expensive football. And yeah, so the weakness of playing expensive football is in the transitional phase, you get caught out.
Keep an eye out for that as Saifredao sees an opening, and that is a pretty well shot in the end. And they are seeing plenty of the ball. This is that move, Philip, and that was a nice ball in, wasn't it, from Rushaidi?
Yep. And so it all started when Yamashita, you know, came all the way into midfield, couldn't break down the counter-attack, and he was out of position. Yep.
Nakamura doing enough to prevent Nishikawa from getting his second goal of the match. Here's Nishiguchi. He's got Saifredao on him. Ong Yuan. Up to Yasser. Foul by Mirko Sugic, who's furious with that, and he's got to be careful with his reaction. It's not easy when you've been up for quite some time. You're just going to miss that little edge, aren't you?
Yep, the sharpness, right? But he was angry there because he didn't touch Yasser.
He felt the referee might have bought that one. Yasser's a wily old customer. He knows what he's doing. There's Kapitovic. Irwan Shah pushing quite high up now. Iman Hakim. That goes the way of Tampines Rovers. Free kick here. Should be straightforward for Zarfan. And 2 men down at the moment. I think that's is that Kapitovic? Yeah, it is. And Dan Bennett, who are former teammates, of course. He's saying there was an elbow from Kapitovic. He doesn't look very happy, Dan Bennett, at the moment. Ooh, he had a point there, didn't he? Yep. It did look like an elbow. Wow. Now, when VAR does get to our shores, and that is looked back, what do you think the VAR would make of that?
Well, it's possible that that could be a red card incident.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And that, it's interesting because this is probably our last season without VAR. I mean, fingers crossed everything goes to plan. We got a second goal. Gabriel Kwaka's, well, double the tally inside 12 minutes. This is not looking good for Young Lions. But I suppose this is the last season where players are going to get away with stuff like this, because you will think twice now about trying that kind of nonsense, wouldn't you? Even players like Akram last week. Okay, that was in front of the official. But off-the-ball incidents, you would be much more careful about now, wouldn't you? As a player?
Yeah, definitely with VAR, you're not going to get away with this kind of incidents anymore. And I think that's good for the game,
Yeah.
because then, you know, players will just focus on playing rather than such incidents.
All the other nonsense that
Yeah.
goes on. Karanizam will not get there. Oh my word. It is 3 goals now. Kim Shin-wook has just made it 3. It is, well, people would have been looking at that game and perhaps a statement needed to be made, and well, they're making it at the moment. Ong Yuan. Nakamura. Back to Ong. Now Iman. Seeing a lot of the ball, as we expected them to, or rather Irwan. Dinked over the top by Nakamura, too much on that. What I've seen, the criticism that has been of Tampines sometimes, Philip, is a lot of it is, you know, sideways, and it's a little bit ponderous, and it's all well and good having that possession. It's what you kind of do with it.
Yes, definitely. We talk about, you know, having possession is not good enough. It has to be effective possession. Yeah, but it's not easy, you know,
No,
because Tanjong
especially
Pagar,
the men right.
right. They're just sitting back there with 2 banks of 4. So you need to be patient, because if you are impatient, like then Nakamura tried to play one of the players through, there's not enough space, and the ball goes out and you concede possession.
So for you, it's about biding your time, trying to stretch them, finding a little gap to exploit, right?
Yeah, and so what Tampines is trying to do is to shift Tanjong Pagar from left to right, and, you know, create that little space on the opposite flank. But yeah, for me, I think nowadays, the modern game, the transition between defense to attack to defense is crucial.
Yeah.
Yep. And many games are won in this phase today.
And that's because a lot of teams, are you saying a lot of teams also like to go direct and quick?
Yep.
That's why it causes the problems, right?
Yep.
Farid's header across. Yasser puts it out for a corner.
Sean, are you watching, Sean?
So set pieces, something else that a team like Tanjong Pagar are pretty effective at.
That's right. We've got Dan Bennett in there as well. He scored many goals from corners, and he'll be one to watch here. And this guy on the ball, Raihan, you know, in a few games ago, he scored direct from corner.
Yes, the Olympic goal. That was, yeah, the man we just talked about, Dan Bennett, got the end of that. Wow, it is raining goals at Jalan Besar Stadium. Very stark contrast to what we've got here, but Abdul Razak has pulled one back. 3-1 it is at the moment in that match. Fascinating. Here's Yasser Hanapi. Kyoga Nakamura. Out wide to Chris van Huysen. Now Ong Yuan. Nakamura. Van Huysen's just gone infield a little bit. Here he is. Nakamura. He was looking to get that to Ong, who I don't think he expected that, perhaps. This is where the problem could lie, as they try to get this out quickly. Rishuto. Cypher Dowse is there to break up play. sometimes it's quite nice to have a player that can break the lines as well, isn't it? A player that can glide past a few. If you have that sort of player.
Yeah. And so Rio is one of them, right?
Absolutely.
They are coming to meet the ball, good first touch, can dribble. Yeah.
And I suppose in some ways, you know, Nakamura plays very deep, but he has the ability to take on players, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But he does love playing that almost a quarterback role, though, doesn't he?
Because of his range of passes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but as you can see today in this game,
Slightly further up.
yeah, further up, because Said Firdaus is playing
Yeah.
as a 6, and Nakamura is playing higher.
What do you prefer out of Kyoga Nakamura? Where do you like to see him play generally?
So this is the thing, right? If you want to start building up from the back, you want him on 6 because he's so good with the ball and he sets up play from deep. But if you want goals, then you want him higher up, because you saw how he scored his goal against Geylang.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's got such a great left foot and he's got such good shots behind him.
So I suppose it's what you need in a game. He's talked a lot about wanting to play for Singapore one day. Be interesting to have him.
Definitely, he'll be a good asset to our national team.
You know, Shannon Sulaiman, of course, is no spring chicken anymore, and I suppose a natural successor to him, and a naturally gifted footballer that he is, would be someone like a Kyoga Nakamura.
Yes, and well, like I said again, you know, his left foot with set pieces, he'll be an asset as well.
Here he is now. Ong Yuan lofts it in. Mirko Sugic.
How are you, Sean? How's life treating you?
Now Yasser Hanapi. Nakamura, Iman Hakim. Here's Boris Kapitovic. That's a tough angle for him anyway, but it will be a corner. They're trying to ratchet up the pressure here, Tampines Rovers, as we just go past the midway point of this first half. 1-0 to Tanjong Pagar United, thanks to Shota Nishikawa's early goal. You got a head on it, but it's straight at the keeper. Yamashita, he's not the tallest man in the world, but he got there. Yeah, Blake Rashuta right next to him, but couldn't do much. Is that a foul there, Dan Bennett on Yasser? Yeah, a little bit of a nudge.
Yep, nudge from the back.
Side Firdaus. Yeah, good that they have that Side Firdaus type of figure today, as you say, that allows Kyoga Nakamura to go up further. And also because they know Firdaus Kasman today either, which who would have probably been in that role. There's Zeradin Mehmedovic on the bench, who's someone else who can play deeper or play further forward. Shah lofts that in towards the penalty area. Rashuto gets there first. Here's Van Huysen. Up to Yasser. Nakamura was looking to play in Irwan Shah. They've scrambled it away for now. This is better from Tampines Rovers. Oh, he just hesitated, didn't he? Van Huysen. Could have kept that in.
Yeah. He thought it was going out.
Yeah.
But the spin on the ball, I'm sure that was it.
Currently's on there. That bounces right over Nakamura. And they're looking just now to have some time with the ball. Here's Rushaidi. Goes down the line to Rishuto. Not too many red and white jerseys up there. Now they're slowly coming forward. Mirko Sugic. I do wonder how match fit he is. He's very deep at the moment for someone who's supposed to be playing behind Ryo Nishiguchi. That will be a Tampines throw-in. Sometimes it's just the presence of a player on a pitch that can make a difference, isn't it, Philip?
Yeah, definitely. Especially someone like Sugic, right? With his height, with his physicality. And of course, you know, he is a leader in the middle of the park. Yeah, so together with Blake, the two of them would solidify Tanjong Pagar for sure.
Here's Van Huysen. Doesn't take the option of Yasser in front of him. Ong Yuan. Iman. Now Nakamura. Here's Irwan Shah on the left. Scoops that up or tries to find Kapitovic. I suppose the pleasing thing for Tanjong Pagar at the moment is that Kapitovic hasn't really probably had the service that he would want. He's not seen that much of the ball, has he?
Yeah. Whenever he's in the box, Farid is near him, and Tanjong Pagar just put bodies in there. It's so difficult, right? When there's no space.
Absolutely. Here's Fatullah. Now Shota Nishikawa has plenty of pace and energy about him. Tries to put a searching ball in. Yamashita is there. Nakamura, who was waiting for reinforcements. Ong Yuan, he was waiting for any kind of contact and then goes down. Fatullah took the bait and Ong Yuan saying, I want a card, ref.
Yeah, that's clever from Yuan. He knew Fatullah coming and just slowed down and just take the contact.
As an assistant TD, when you're seeing players like the Fatullahs and the Ong Yuans coming through, that must please you, Philip.
Yeah, definitely. You know, for young players to be playing the SPL at a young age, yeah, that bodes well for us. To be honest, not many senior coaches who play young players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you would choose experience over youth. But yeah, like this boy Yuan, he has bags of potential. He did very well in Albrecht.
Albrecht, yeah.
This season, you know, has been on and off for him. But well, you expect that from young players because they're still developing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ong Yuan is still very, very young, only 18 years of age. Entering the half-hour mark, and Tampines Rovers have been seeing the lion's share of the ball. Still looking to test Zarfan. I don't think he's really had to make any kind of big save so far, has he?
Yeah. So despite having much more possession, but yeah, Zarfan hasn't been tested at all.
Out wide to Irwan Shah. Just let that one bounce, and Dan Bennett eventually gets that clear. I think that's Yasser who's down. colliding there with Blake Rusciuto. Oh, here we go. That's probably his first real attempt. Kopitovic took a deflection along the way. Will be a corner. You were talking about spinning, weren't you?
Yep, so this moment, Farid was too close to him.
That's almost a trademark thing from Kopitovic, isn't it?
Yep. So while defending him, you would rather him turn to the outside rather than into the middle, because you know that's a chance for him to shoot.
Yeah, and as we just saw his stats earlier, he more often than not at least gets it on target, and then if it's on target, more often than not he scores.
Yep.
Dan Bennett goes down, play continues, Farid. That looks like a really good ball on the outside of his right foot. Fatullah gets past Irwan Shah. It's the two defensively minded players, and it's a heavy touch from Farid, who would have had a lung-bursting run all the way from the other end.
It was him who played the first ball.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
Yeah.
He started it and ended that move, but well, that would have taken a lot out of him. And now there might be a bit of a gap at the back. Zafan dives to catch that. And that's precisely your point about the transitions.
That's right. And there you go again, right? Tanjong Pagar creating goal-scoring chances off a transition.
It was a poor touch, wasn't it, from...
Would have been a great goal.
Oh, the way where he started it, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we didn't even see Ryo Nishiguchi anywhere in the frame. Interesting. There he is now, Nishiguchi to Rusciuto, who's lost the ball, but it's back with Sugic. Now Fatullah. Dan Bennett going down, brought down by
Xavi's here, Tanjong Pagar for life.
Ong Yuan.
Xavi's the best.
Now Raihan to swing this in. Farid. Well, that was almost an own goal off Irwan Shah. Good reactions there from Shazwan.
Oh, that's a fantastic save from Shazwan.
Farid heading across the goal. I'm not sure what Irwan Shah was thinking there, but he'll be delighted that his teammate has helped him out.
So yeah, for set pieces, you know, Tanjong Pagar has been dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely have.
So this could be another dangerous situation here.
Let's see how Tampines cope with it. He got enough, but as he left himself in some problems. That came off the arm of Cypher Douse, but he was so close to Blake Rusciuto. Well, we don't have the benefit of VAR this season, Philip, but what was your initial assessment of that?
Yep, I think it's a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not in the natural position. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in the days when me and certainly you, when you were playing, that wouldn't have been a handball, right?
That's
Too
right.
close.
That's right.
But yep, those are the rules. And a chance here, Ryo Nishiguchi to add to his tally and make it 2-0. And you knew that was going to happen. Nishiguchi with his 18th goal this season, and more importantly, Tanjong Pagar United 2-0. And Philip, really, the last 20 minutes or so has been pretty much all Tampines Rovers, hasn't it?
Yep. And, you know, again, it came off a set piece.
Yeah.
So, all set pieces, Tanjong Pagar, first to the ball, creates chances, and yeah, I think Tampines need to sort this out.
Yeah, big problems here. And I don't think it was ever really in doubt for Ryo Nishiguchi, his second penalty of the season. And he puts it away. He's now 4 behind the top 2 scorers. I mentioned yesterday when I was working on the Balestier game, it's Japanese heavy, isn't it? The top scorers list. Tanaka, Nishiguchi, Hoshino. A little bit further down, we've got Sugita and Tadanari Lee. But problems here now. 9 minutes before half-time, and they are trailing by 2, Tampines Rovers. Again, this is where they caused problems earlier. It's going to be a corner. Well, I thought it was a corner, to be honest, but yeah, it's every set piece they look to cause a problem, don't they?
Yeah, because, you know, Tanjong Pagar has got the bigger than taller players. Karunizam, Blake, Sugej, Farid. Yeah. As compared to Tampines, you know, only two of their players, Yamashita and Boris. The rest of them are quite short and small, isn't it? Wansha, Ong Yuan, Iman.
Yeah, it's not the most physically imposing defense, is it, for Tampines Rovers?
That's right.
As we see Iman Hakim here. Tries to slip that through for Yasser. It'll be a corner up the other end. With that 18th goal, from Ryo Nishiguchi, he has equaled the club record set by Suti Somskit, who scored 18 for Tanjong Pagar in 2002. What a great player he was, wasn't he, Suti?
Oh, yes.
Back in the day. Ong Yuan still trying to go forward, but yeah, 18 goals. That is the joint club record now for Ryo Nishiguchi. Khairul Nizam. Raihan will clear. Well, it's gone from 3-1 the last time we checked, now 5-1. Maxime Lestienne has scored, I think that's his second, but, well, you do fear for young Lions at this stage. I suppose one way, Philip, to get the story and narratives away from Kim Do-hoon's departure is to have a massive win and let everyone focus on the football, right? That's what you want to happen as a club.
Yeah, of course, you know, with the departure of your coach, the next game is important to win. And fans will then just remember the win and not the departure of the
absolutely. Here's Ong Yuan. Now Kyoga Nakamura puts a searching ball in. That's, oh dear, that is a soft goal. That would have gone way over Kopitovic. Then a defensive error at the back, puts it right into his path. He's not going to miss from about 3 yards out. Comes over to have a word with Ong Yuan, and that's nice to see, isn't it, as well?
Yep, to go to a young player and encourage them. Look, he goes now to
another one
as well.
Yeah, really nice to see. Well, it was off Rushaidi. I That's poor, isn't it?
Well, if you're Boris,
You're not going to care.
and so this is it, right? A striker on form, and yeah, just half chances just come to you. And so he leads the goal scoring charts by 1 now.
Yep, he edges ahead of Kodai Tanaka. Well, game on again with 5 minutes to go in this first half, and yeah, I think they desperately needed that, didn't they? This game has a lot more to come, you feel. There's Kapitovic out to Kyoga Nakamura, who is brought down.
And this is one player that needs to be stopped, Kyoga. So it was from his in-swinging ball in that Tanjong Pagar had so much problems.
Well, if they can make it 2 before half-time, that would be truly remarkable. Into the wall from Kapitovic. Falls to Kyoga Nakamura. Oh, he's done well, yeah, Irfan. Blake Prosciutto's there. It took a deflection, it's got its way in! And it's a pretty muted celebration from Chris Van Huysen, but they have drawn level here. Well, well. What a turnaround in the space of a couple of minutes. They've scored 2 goals here, Tampines Rovers. Irfan Najib did well. Again, it seems a bit comical, the defending at the back, doesn't it?
Yep.
That came off Shodan Nishikawa. It will be a Van Huysen goal. It was on target, the shot. Nothing really that Zarfan could do about that.
Yeah, but took a nick off Shodai.
Well, this is quite a game now, isn't it? And it's a perfect time to score as well.
Definitely. Wouldn't have expected this, right?
No, absolutely not. Not the way things were going.
Yep.
But they'll be kicking themselves, Tanjong Pagar. Here's Kapitovic. And the goal scorer now, Chris Van Huysen. Will be buzzing now, Tampines Rovers. We are all square here at Jurong East. That looked to have gone out of play. Well, a point probably does Tanjong Pagar slightly better than Tampines Rovers, but to be honest, neither team wants that point. They want the 3 here just to give themselves a little bit more of a cushion with the teams below. Remember, Geylang are not far behind either. They're still hunting. They're in a hunt for it. That win yesterday for Balestier puts them in the mix as well. I mean, it's quite a fascinating battle for 4th, isn't it?
Yep. And, well, there's still Hougang as well.
Yeah, sorry, let's not forget Hougang, of course. Though they will feel pretty down at the moment. Clementino was not happy yesterday. Ryo Nishiguchi. He's done well. Karanizam, he's saying handball. Only he's really going up and making an issue about that. Here's Fatullah.
The former official indicates 1 minute of the time to be played in this first half. 1 minute.
Well, 1 minute, of which about 20 seconds is left. They're going to get a free kick. Boy, if they can score another goal here, that would be something. Nishiguchi! Well, the angle is acute, but such is his confidence. And that brings us to the end of the first half. What are your thoughts of what we've seen so far, Philip?
Well, Tanjong Pagar started off a better team, all right, and they got the early goal. Then expectedly, Tampines dominated possession, and but you know, through the set piece, Tanjong Pagar scored again. But that two quick fire goals just before halftime. Well, plenty of play to play for in the second half, definitely.
Thank you very much, Philip Au, for your thoughts on the first half. It's been finally we got some goals towards the end, and it is at halftime here at Jurong East. Tanjong Pagar United 2, Tampines Rovers 2. Welcome back to Jurong East Stadium. These are the stats so far between Tanjong Pagar United and Tampines Rovers. What do you make of that, Philip?
Well, Tampines having more shots, but look at Tanjong Pagar. 5 shots, 5 on target. Yeah.
A couple goals to show for it as well.
That's right.
I mean, they haven't really gone forward that much, but what it looks like is when they do, they try to make it count.
That's right. Every time they go on the transition, they're dangerous.
Yeah, that's certainly something to watch out for. We are going to have a look at the highlights now of this match, and it was a very early goal. Irfan Najib, I suppose, would be partly responsible. And what do you think about the keeper as well there, Shazwan? Could you have done better?
Yes, we always say that the goalkeeper should cover near post. Yeah, so this one just sneaked in at the post. So, but it's poor defending, isn't it?
Yeah, Irfan struggling with the, I think, the bounce on the ball there, and then picking his spot wonderfully. Well, in the 6th minute, there was a chance for Yasser Hanapi that actually wasn't all that far away, was it?
Yep, catching Tanjong Pagar off guard, and yeah, went close.
And then we had a chance for Rio, and then Shodai. At least one of them you would have thought would have scored from there.
Yes, but it's great work from Nakamura to defend this. Look at this. Yeah.
Yeah, doing just enough, and then Yamashita clearing off the line. And then we had this penalty incident. For you, that was a handball, but going by the new rules, right? And the fact that the hand is in a so-called unnatural position, even though it's really close.
Yep. So, like we said earlier, if this was back in the past when we were playing, definitely no way it would be a penalty. But yep, this is how it is.
Yep, those are the rules. Rio Nishiguchi with his 18th goal this season. That makes him the joint top scorer in the history of Tanjong Pagar United, and there's still plenty of games to go this season. So he is almost certain to break that record. Could even do it in this match. But at that point, it was about 7-8 minutes before half-time, well, maybe about 10 minutes. And we thought, well, this is going to go one-way traffic. But a couple of defensive errors that we saw from Tampines Rovers.
Yeah, it's really, really poor defending, isn't it? No communication. Yeah. So Rushaidi just let the ball go, and we're just going out for a goal kick.
Yeah, disappointing. And then, soon after that, Chris Van Huysen with his 3rd goal of the season. Again, a large slice of luck because it came off Shonen Nishikawa.
Yep, against poor defending. Tanjong Pagar don't clear the lines. And yeah, the shot just took a nick off Shodai.
So those are your highlights so far. Let's just look at the scorers, right? Top scorer list. Rio Nishiguchi. By the way, he's now actually on 18 goals. Just to let you know, he's on 18 goals now. So he's 5 behind the top scorer there in Boris Kapitovic. Now, there's another game going on at the moment. Lion City Sailors, with their new man in charge, at least for the moment, in Luka Lalic, they are 5-1 up against Young Lions and looking very, very comfortable indeed. There's still another half of football to go, and yet you do worry there what the score might end up. We will be back very shortly for the second half of this match here, Tanjong Pagar and Tampines Rovers at Jurong East. Do stay with us. Welcome back to Jurong East. The lights have come on, and for a while it looked like the prospects were dim for Tampines Rovers, but like the lights, it's kind of brightened up quite suddenly for them. Well, I mean, there have been large slices of luck, but you got to take your luck, you got to make your luck, right, for Tampines?
That's right. Putting the ball in the box, right? So sometimes Tampines like to keep possession of the ball in the midfield zone and be very patient in putting the ball into the box. But the 2 goals that they scored actually came from balls into the box.
Yes.
Yeah, the loose balls were there, and yeah, and they scored goals.
So we're getting news, Philip, that Zerdin Mehmedovic is going to come. I don't think that's a surprise. And he's going to come on for Iman Hakim. So they're clearly strengthening now that midfield area. You know, you've got Said Firdaus, Mehmedovic and Nakamura. Yasir will flip between the lines. I suppose now, what would you see? Would you see perhaps Mehmedovic going out to the left-hand side where Iman Hakim is, or would you see him a bit more central? Where do you think Mehmedovic will go?
Yeah, so he's going to take over Iman's left side position, but he's going to play more in the half space.
Right.
Right, and allowing Irwan Shah to do the overlaps. Yeah.
Right.
And this will create trouble for Tanjong Pagar, because who's going to pick up that half space now?
Right.
Yeah, and so I mean, knowing Gavin Lee, he likes to play Mehmedovic in this kind of positions, and his understanding with Boris is going to create trouble as well.
So that's an interesting one now about how Tanjong Pagar, they'll have seen, of course, Mehmedovic moving around. Surely there's going to be a word passed around now. Guys, we've got to pick him up. We've got to think about Irwan Shah bombing down that left-hand side. So a few things to think about for Tanjong Pagar.
Yes, so it'll be interesting to see this tactical battle between the 2 sets of coaches. And, well, let's see who gets off better in this second half.
Now, we're just waiting to see if there are any changes
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
for
girls once again, coming to you live from the
Tanjong Pagar, but there's confirmation of the Tampines substitute, Zerdin Mehmedovic, who's becoming a pretty long-serving member of this side now, Zerdin Mehmedovic, as he takes over from the youngster Iman Hakim, who's just 20, who had a pretty decent first half. But it is Mehmedovic now who comes in to really bolster that midfield area. Mehmedovic is now 24. Seems like he's been around for a long time. But a very, very useful player, isn't he?
Yep. Came to Singapore and joined Tampines as a young under-21
right.
foreigner.
3 years ago, that's right.
Yep. It's good to see, you know, clubs like Tampines and Tanjong Pagar, they think on the longer term basis, you know, they don't chop and change. Yeah, so the coaching staff are the same, most of the players are the same, and they just build on things.
Yeah, played in the top flight of in Serbia, Zerdin Mehmedovic. More qualities, a feisty character, he's a battler as well. So let's see how now they will cope with this. Here is the man in question, Mehmedovic. Looking to play in Yasir, away by Raihan. Here is Mehmedovic. Offside is the shout on Irwan Shah, and he immediately puts his hand up in apology. You can see right across that line. already in the first minute and a half, you're seeing Mehmedovic all over the pitch, aren't you?
Yep. And we saw a one now on the overlaps.
Well, that is very clearly offside, isn't it? Nice work there from Kapitovic. Here's Yasser. To Ong Yuan. Still Yuan. Well, such is the confidence of this teenager that he will have no hesitation in going for goal if he spots an opportunity.
Good to see. Good to see a young boy, you know, having confidence to shoot. Sometimes when you deal with young players, they don't dare to shoot, right? They said, I'm passing it to my teammate.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the path of least resistance, and I'm not going to get any criticism if I play the safe option, right?
That's right.
Shuto loses out that one to Nakamura. Here's Kapitovic. He's got Raihan in front of him, who goes down. Very little to feed on in the first half. Didn't really get the service he wanted, and then Kapitovic all of a sudden scores an opportunistic goal. That set the start of the comeback trail for Tampines Rovers. Here is Kapitovic. Now Irwan Shah. You can see Kapitovic's run. Irwan trying to get it up to him. Mehmedovic is there first. That looked like not a great challenge from Rushaidi, but play continues up the other end. If they score off this, there will be a talking point. Thought that might have been a foul by Rushaidi. I think he got a bit of the ball, didn't he?
Yep, he got the ball.
Rushaidi it out. Out to Faritz. Raihan not afraid to go back to his goalkeeper. Here's Irfan. Irwan. Here's Kyoga Nakamura. Side Firdaus playing an important role today. Irwan. Back to Nakamura. Ong Yuan. Patiently building Tampines Rovers. Yasser. On the turn there from Mehmedovic. Faritz gets it away for the moment. Here's Nakamura. Trying to just slip that through, and they will get a corner. Tampines, with that second goal, continue this trend of scoring at least 2 goals now in their last 8 matches, including this one against Tanjong Pagar. So all his goals in this one. Remember, 4 of the last 6 matches between the two have ended in score draws. At the moment, it looks like it's 5 in 7. The sides have won one apiece in that period as well. Fridaus goes down, he'll get a free kick here. Yasser to Kapitovic, he's got close attentions from Raihan. It's a great ball out, was a handball though from Rio, and he's let himself down there. Again, very quick ball up to him.
Yep, came from Sugic, who has a good range of passing.
6-1 the score. Kim Shin-wook has got at least 2 in this match. The City Sailors it's now on 15 goals. And yeah, Yasser! Has he got that under Shazwan? I think he has. And all of a sudden, the comeback is complete. They are in front here. Tampines Rovers. 3-2 now. Lovely touch there from Kapitovic. Yeah, under the goalkeeper. What do you make of that one?
It's a great goal. And Boris has a big part to play in this, you know. He knew Yasser was coming. Yeah, just played him through. But, you know, I said at the start of second half that Mehmedovic will create trouble. And through his position in the half space, he has already given Tanjong Pagar plenty of problems. And it is down this Tampines left side that Tampines is having, you know, much inroads.
Well, this is quite special from Tampines Rovers. What a strange back pass there from Zerdan Mehmedovic. They've got away with that. He puts his hand up to apologise to Shazwan. The danger's not quite over yet. Fatullah hoiks it up above Van Huysen, but he's done well. Here's Mirko Sugic. Lovely ball out across to Rushaidi. Faritz. Nishiguchi knows that he's got to take on that responsibility. Khairul Nizam's up there with him, remember. Fatullah. Good work there for Khairul Nizam to make a nuisance of himself. Well, he'll be absolutely delighted by this, Gavin Lee. Reminder again, 6 points separate 3rd from 7th in the Singapore Premier League. Sorry, 9 points separate 3rd from 7th. Palliser Castle will still have an outside chance, but it's the remotest of the 5 teams in question to take the 2 Asian spots. These are the 2 teams in pole position at the moment. This result at the moment is bad news for both Hougang United and Geylang International, because Tampines Rovers will move to 28 points. They'll be 3 clear of Hougang. 5 clear of Geylang International. Here's Kapitovic. Now Van Huysen. The whole complexion of this game has completely changed. Side for Daus. The Olays have started from the Tampines fans. They'll be much happier now. Stroking the ball around at the moment. Looking to try and manage the game a bit, aren't they?
Yep, 1 goal up, keep hold of the ball. Like they always say, if your opponent don't have the ball, they can't score.
Absolutely true. Ong Yuan. He's done well here. Really well. That's a great ball. Oh, he just failed to get there. Was there some contact? Kapitovic seems to have gone down as Zarfan went out to get the ball. He seems to be okay now. It was a lovely ball that appeared for Ong Yuan. He was clutching his ankle there, wasn't he? But didn't seem to, I'm not sure, I couldn't see any contact, but he's okay. So looking at Tanjong Pagar now, they've got to try and turn this around. They don't have Khairul Amri today. They have Shukri Bashir as an out-and-out forward. The fact that they've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench tells you that they don't have all the full resources at the moment available to them. So Fatullah has been taken out. Akari is on. There was a concern that he wasn't fully fit, Akari, because he has a hamstring problem, but now he will normally take up a full-back position. That means probably Shodai, I think, will come in to a more attacking role. Maybe not. Here is Ong Yuan. Good challenge. Now Sugic. Mehmedovic is still down. Here's Khairul Nizam. Look at Farid, look where he is. Again, it's that bounce, and no power on the shot from Rishuto. But they were badly stretched there, weren't they, Tampines?
Yep, and look how fast Tanjong Pagar transit from defense to attack.
Shots to 11. They're just trying to see where Akari is going to be right wing back. Rushaidi now moves into the middle with Rishuto. Sugic's just in front of them, perhaps. Here's Mehmedovic. Now Ong Yuan. Mehmedovic. Oh, and that hits the woodwork off the crossbar. I'm not sure Sarfan could have done anything about that.
What a shot. It's unfortunate not to go in.
Yeah, wonderful opportunity for Zeradin Mehmedovic. At the moment, it appears that it's Tampines who are more likely to get the next goal in this game. Here's Yasser. Now Zeradin Mehmedovic. Trying to get that up to Boris Kapitovic. Akari. Looked to be a foul by Yamashita on Karunizam. Akari's obviously furious about something. This is that wonderful chance earlier for Zeradin Mehmedovic. That's where the mark is. Jensen Fu just pointing out. Not often you see the fourth official step onto the pitch. A little bit frustrated at the moment, as are probably most of that Tanjong Pagar United side. Was there a foul by Irwan Shah? He's trotting away. Karunizam is down. He's absolutely furious. Hazrin is saying, you saw it. Well, tempers fraying here, Philip. What do you think of it?
Yeah, so when this ball came to Karunizam, you can see Awansha totally not
It's a
looking at
shove,
the ball.
isn't it?
Yeah. It's highly possible that it's going to be a penalty.
It's quite a furious reaction on the bench. The assistant now, Hazrin, is saying, it's very, very angry stuff. He's a passionate fella when it comes to these things. Jansen Fu is coming over to give his feedback. Emring Ong is getting involved. Everyone is having a word. It is a penalty. I have to say, the referee wasn't sure himself. He was at quite some distance away. Wow, now a red card. Oh, he's changed his mind here, the referee. He took out the red card, though. Well, come on, give us your thoughts on what you make of all this, Philip.
So, well, just on the incident when the ball came to Karunizam, Awansha totally did not look at the ball.
Yeah.
He just looked at Karunizam, and he did push Karunizam.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but you know, the coaches from Tanjong Pagar,
They shouldn't really be getting involved like that, right?
So, but they went to the fourth official and said that you saw that, you know, come and talk to him, and I think in a way, yeah, they got what they wanted.
Do you think that was undue pressure put on them?
Well, let's be honest. If the coaches have just kept quiet, it would just been a goal kick, right?
Though for you, the right decision was made. In the end, the correct decision was made. That actually was a penalty. So this also goes to show that this is why probably head coaches and managers do this, because they know sometimes a bit of pressure could help to turn a decision over to. And to be fair, the referee was far away. He did want to consult his assistants. What about the booking here? Because he took out a red, I think he then looked at Jansen Fu, and then he put it away and then took out a yellow.
That's right. So you know, I think the 4 match officials, they have to work together as a team.
Hassan Jailani is getting a yellow card, I think, for some of his reaction earlier. But look, small price to pay. Your team's got a penalty. Ryo Nishiguchi on the verge of potentially making it 3-all in this, and this just shows how much is hanging on this game. I mean, there's a lot of passion in here.
Yep, definitely.
We have a look at this again. Rashadi floated the ball in. All he did, he had only one thing on his mind. You have to question Irwan Shah's judgment of that. There was no danger. Even if the ball had got to Khairul Nizam, he was still some distance from the goal. The angle wasn't great.
Yep. So like I said, you know, it doesn't help that his body position was wrong. He was just purely not looking at the ball and looking at Khairul Nizam. And the fact that he raised his arm to shove Khairul Nizam. Yeah.
Oh, this is taking a long time. This probably doesn't help Ryo Nishiguchi, but he makes no mistake, goes right down the middle, and interestingly enough, grabs the ball and goes right back to the center circle. Controversial moment, perhaps, but when you look back at the replays, I think there's no doubt that it should have been a penalty anyway. But it was everything surrounding it that probably just added to the situation. But no doubting again, he just went triple straight down the middle.
Yep, it's mind games, isn't it? Because the first one was placed to Shazwan's left.
Now, Irwan Shah has been taken off, I think, for the benefit of the team, really. I think he probably just lost his head there, and he hasn't helped himself. He's been replaced by Amirul Haikal. That's going to be a like-for-like change, but they've lost a very experienced defender. You have to question his judgment, though. Shazwan has put that out of play. Three-all, and Nishiguchi now on 19 goals. He becomes the all-time record goal scorer for Tanjong Pagar United. So that's a very special moment for him. But just knowing how driven this man is, he will not rest until he can get the 3 points now, because this sets us up brilliantly for the next 25 minutes or so, including some added time.
Yeah, it's been a funny game, you know, because before the equalizer, Tampines was controlling the game.
Yeah, absolutely right. They looked very good, didn't they?
Yeah. And out of nothing, they get a penalty, and it's 3-all.
Kind of in keeping with the first 2 goals that Tampines got, which came out of nothing as well. There's a lot of bodies in there. The referee keeping a close eye on this.
This is going to be dangerous as well.
It's not a great corner, is it? For
Raihan.
Raihan.
Trying
his same Olympico goal. It's all getting a little bit heated, but most importantly, it is 3-all. There was also a yellow card, as I mentioned earlier, to Hasrin in all of that. But yeah, certainly I think depending on how you want to look at it, the coaching staff of Tampines certainly helping to get that turned into a penalty. It looked like it wasn't going to get given. It is now 7-1. Kim Shin-wook has got 3 goals in that. Oh, look at it, out of nowhere. It's going to be cleared off the line, but Mehmedovic almost made it 4. There's going to be some changes coming in shortly. Here we go. Double change. Faisal Rafi is coming on. Sharon Sabarin is on for Dan Bennett. So a younger man coming in. And Shadi Salimi makes way for Faisal Rafi, pretty much like for like.
Yep, that's right. Putting on the fresh legs.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's Mehmedovic. Now Nakamura. Here comes off Akari. It will be a corner here for Tampines Rovers. This is that opportunity. I think he did well there, actually. Zarfan got enough on it, and then it was cleared away. Taufik Suparna, by the way. Sorry, Amrul Haikal, sorry, has come on for everyone shot. That was the earlier change. I was going to say Taufik Suparna is someone that surely now you'd want to look up, bring on, given his... What a season he's had.
Yep, it's a breakout season. You know, last year, plenty of games off the bench. This year, yeah, started many games. And yeah, he's a national team player now.
Well, as if on cue, Philip, I'm just getting the news through that he is going to come on, Taufik Suparna. I think they heard us. So, Taufik is on for Ong Yuan. Makes sense.
Yep, that's a good change to make for Gavin Lee. And, you know, Taufik's dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Promises goals.
There is that change. He is someone who can really, at the moment, the way he's playing, stretch defenses. He's got plenty of pace about him, trickery. Side for Daus doing well here. He's had a good game. Yasser. Now Van Huysen. Zeradin Mehmedovic. Nakamura. Yasser. Taufik's first touch. Return ball. Invades everyone. Do you feel we're going to get a winner in this one, Philip?
There could be more goals, you know, looking at how this game has gone about. Yeah.
Oh, this is a blow. Zeradin Mehmedovic is being taken off. Excuse me, Tanjong Pagar, excuse me. Tanjong Pagar, I've misread what I'm being sent. Tanjong Pagar coming in. Shukri Bashir is coming in for Khairul Nizam, who seems to have a problem here. Looks like it's more cramped than anything else. But he's done anyway. They're going for two up front. He's been relatively quiet today compared to his partner Ria Nishiguchi, hasn't he? Currently,
Right. Yep. He's playing in a deeper role as compared to Rio.
Shukri is coming on. Four changes made for Tanjong Pagar, 3 so far for Tampines Rovers. to get that winner. 15 minutes or so to go. Here's Rishuto. Nurul goes back to his keeper. Smashed away. Now Kapitovic, waiting for it to drop. Kapitovic. And in the end, Raihan doing just enough.
Excellent defending from Raihan. Didn't give up, you know, despite Kupitovic going ahead already.
You would think at this moment it would probably be Kapitovic the favourite, right?
Yeah, look. Yeah. Excellent defending.
Raihan isn't the biggest player around, but he's packs quite a punch, and he started his career in midfield. He's now seemingly found his role in the centre of defence. Here's Mehmedovic to Yasser Hanapi. It's 8-1 now. Song Woo-young in the 74th, and here it is 4-3. Yamashita, what is he doing up there? It doesn't matter. He's got goal number 4, and Tampines are back in front. Focus, it would appear, is what Gavin is saying. I'm not even sure what he's doing up there, but he's not going to care, is he?
So it came off the last corner, isn't it? And then he just stayed there.
Yeah, kept himself up there. Shuya Yamashita has got the all-important goal. Really important for Tampines Rovers. Will that be the winner, you wonder? His second goal of the season, Shuya Yamashita. Well, we saw Tanjong Pagar battle back earlier. Certainly do it again. Given away by Kapitovic to Sugic, who's, let's be honest, he's played a pretty peripheral role today, hasn't he, Sugic?
Yeah, I don't think it's 100% fit.
Yeah. Now, can they hold on to this lead as we are going to soon enter the final 10 minutes? Faritz. Kapitovic, tough angle. There's a little nudge from Mehmedovic on Faisal Rafi. Excuse us if you can hear any foul language. Akari. There's a handball there from Ruren Nishiguchi. The officials don't think so. Oh, he's done so well there to get out of that little tight spot. He's still going. He's gone down, and the players are not very impressed with that. I mean, I guess he did trip over Amirul Haikal there, but
Nah,
there was some more momentum, wasn't it?
yeah. and he lost control of the ball, right? Of course, chaos
Yeah.
if there was a penalty.
Oh, can you imagine what would have happened there? Oh dear. Back from Irfan to his goalkeeper. 9 goals in the other game, 7 here. There's been a goal feast, and here's, oh, Rusciuto, that is such a good challenge. Seifert House has been excellent today, I have to say, been really, really good. That is a goal-saving tackle, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, there he is again. I mean, he has been a real engine room. He has stepped in today for Firdaus Kasman. And I think Firdaus will be proud of a performance from this junior player.
Yep. He's done well in this game. That's an excellent tackle from him.
What a challenge that is, to deny Blake Rusciuto the opportunity to take the shot. He has worked his socks off. Oh, and they want a change. They're down to a lot of youngsters, Tampines Rovers. He's clutching the back of his leg. I think they've made 3 separate changes, you know. I'm trying to recall.
But one of the
Mehmedovic was at half-time,
yes,
so they can make one more.
Yep.
That's right. They've got 2 17-year-olds. I'm pretty sure they're not going to risk Tarasco or Ethan Pinto to come on. Amir Mirza is 19. Shamir Azik is experienced at 26. They've got, obviously they've got Ryan Sunny's out. They could also put in there. Yeah, they are going to opt for Ryan Sunny's out. So now, will he go in front, or yeah, he will step into that role.
Substitution for Tampines Rovers FC, number 15, Saifur Hassan, is replaced by number 3, Ryan Senazir.
Well, Ryan Saniza has gone to right full back, and Mehmedovic has dropped back into central midfield, and Chris Van Huysen has now gone to right wing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite the tweak then.
Well, he's gone for experiences in it. Yeah, putting on Ryan Sanitov.
Yeah, and we say that, oh dear, it is 9-1, and I believe now that is the highest number of goals scored in the SPL, 9 goals in 1 game. Song with another goal there. And yeah, certainly, as I said, if you want to change the narrative away from the departure of Kim Do-hoon, you go out and set up a record win. Towards Yamashita. So Ryan Sunny's out at right back. And we have Van Huysen has moved to right midfield, where he probably feels a more natural fit for him, though he's done a good job at right back. Sugic there. Shodan Nishikawa pushing further and further up. Venhuizen. Now Nakamura. Was there a foul by Faisal Rafi? And he goes into the book. I can tell you one part of what Blake should have said. Believe, guys, believe. You can still believe you're in this game.
Well, I still remember the game where Tanjong Pagar scored 2 goals in the 90th minute.
Yeah, absolutely, against Albirex, when they were outplayed for 90 minutes.
Yep.
So, you're absolutely right. It was on this pitch as well. So, yes, go out and believe that you can. He's right. Blake Rishuto. It's a great ball out to Akari. Lovely turn here from Shukri. Needed to be a better boy. He did all the hard work, didn't he? All the hard stuff Shukri Basha did. The cross was the easiest bit, but that's straight to the goalkeeper. That's got to be frustrating.
Yep. And the final ball is crucial, isn't it? Whether you score goals or not.
Unlucky there. Oh, that was a bit of a short pass. That could have gone absolutely anywhere. That has cannoned off the player out of the stadium. Taufik is okay. Well, that would have been painful. Faisal. We'll be told it's going to be 5 minutes of added time. It is now gone to 10-1. Hamish Shahin in the 86th minute. It's your old team, Philip. Sad times, huh?
Yep, tough times for the young boys.
Here's Rishuto. They want to get on with it. They have about 7 minutes left, just under, to get that goal. As we've seen, as Philip mentioned just now, they have done it before. Akari can't get there. Tampines just cannot rest on their laurels here. They know what this side can do. Kapitovic. Now Yasir. Here's Nakamura. Oh, he's done well there, Mehmedovic, but he only gets as far as Akari. Here's Nakamura. Final effort here from Tanjong Pagar to see if they can turn this around. They're trying to press a bit further on the pitch. That's a foul, definitely, from Rishuto. Cynical, perhaps, from the Australian. He just doesn't look a very happy person at the moment. Of the yellow card for Blake Rishuto. Shodan Nishikawa. It's great work from Mehmedovic. Slips that through to Boris Kapitovic. Actually, if you look at most of the defending for Tanjong Pagar today has been quite solid. They've kept Kopitovic pretty quiet, haven't they, overall? Right. Apart from a couple of mistakes for the first 2 goals, at least. Flag goes up. Taufik is offside. Well, they want to get on with it. Tanjong Pagar. Going to take their time, going to eat up as much time as they can. There's still about 2.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes left, just under. Faisal Rafi, there goes to Nakamura. Akari, there's Mehmedovic. Now Taufik. Is that a foul on Taufik? He certainly thinks so. What do you think, Philip?
No, Taufik was trying to buy that foul.
Here's Nishiguchi. Could he have let that run across him? Well, this is a dangerous moment. A corner with 2 minutes to go. Tanjong Pagar will load up their players, many as they can.
So for Tanjong Pagar now, good delivery into the box is crucial.
Yeah, let's see how they do this. I think I came off Taufik. It's alive here, Raihan. Closed down by Irfan. Akari puts it into the box. Here's Rio Nishiguchi. Oh, he hasn't done well with the cross in. Mehmedovic gets it away up to Boris Kopitovic. He's scrambling to get back there, Zarfan. A chance here. Chris Van Huysen, maybe a little too unselfish. He was trying to get that across to Taufik. Should he have gone for goal? Do you think he should have?
Yes, he should.
That was a chance gone. Was that a foul on Farid by Amirul? No, says the referee. It shows the irritation of his team management. They're not happy at all, are they? They really are. Well, foul there, perhaps on Kopitovic. He's gone down quite dramatically. The referee calls time on a dramatic game here, where the momentum swung back and forth. But what a great game overall.
Yeah, definitely a great game. 7 goals to show for, for neutral. But yeah, that's why you want to pay a ticket to watch goals. And yeah, it's been a great game, both sides going at each other. And well, I think overall, in the second half, Tampines played better football, created better chances, and yeah, 3 points deservingly.
Well, when you consider they were 2-0 down and how they've managed to turn this around, Gavin going over to shake hands there with his opposite number, Hasran Jalani, and the rest of the coaching staff. But it's been a really good game in terms of entertainment and how things went back and forth. And it is such an important result for this Tampines Rovers sides. They've won it 4-3 here at Jurong East Stadium. And when we look back at the goal, cast your minds back right to the very start where they were cruising at the beginning thanks to Shodan Nishikawa's goal.
Yep, so that's poor defending there. And we've seen some poor defending today, resulting in some goals conceded. But it was well taken by Shodai.
Questions to be asked there perhaps of the positioning of Shazwan Buhari for that goal. But they certainly then got a penalty. No contention about the penalty itself.
Yep.
And about the decision of the penalty, and then put away nicely. And we thought at this point they were absolutely cruising, and they were very comfortable, weren't they?
Yep, they were. They were sitting back deep. Tampines was finding it difficult to break them down. But well, last 5 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, defensive errors. I think that actually is either Rushaidi or Faretz it came off.
Yep.
And a bit of luck there. Yeah, it was Rushaidi, wasn't it? And easy. He'll pounce on that all day, every day.
That's right. An informed striker, half a chance. It's a goal.
Well, not long after, another error. This one coming off Raihan. I don't think he knew much about it. And a bit of luck after a deflection from Shodai.
Yep. And so, you know, when we say when you're defending, you can't just focus on your opponent, right? You need to focus on the ball as well. And that ball hit Raihan's at the back of the head. But yeah, this shot was well taken by Chris Van Huysen.
So that was 2-2 at half-time. I mean, it looked like they'd really done well, a bit of luck to get through. But then, soon after half-time, they took the lead stunningly, 3-2.
Yep. The introduction of Mehmedovic, for me, changed the tide in Tampines' favour. And but this is a well-taken goal. Look at that setup play from Boris.
Yeah, lovely touch. And then at the near post, 2 near post goals today. And this was probably the biggest moment of controversy. Not really in the decision, but probably everything around it. But Philip, for you, you said there was no doubt for you it was a penalty, right?
Yep. And again, defending position, not looking at the ball, just purely focus on the opponent. And putting your hands up to push your opponent, resulting in a penalty. A well-taken goal from Rio this time, putting it straight through the middle.
Yeah, I don't think, when you look back at the replay, I don't think anyone can have too many complaints about the actual decision of that. So that made it 3-3, and then out of the blue, this header from Shuya Yamashita, only his 2nd goal of the season.
Well, that's a striker's header, isn't it? From a central defender. So this came off a corner before, you know, he stayed up there, and yeah, nobody tracked his run.
That was the winning goal, and then we will look at the match stats. They didn't really add on too many chances in the second half, did they, Tanjong Pagar?
Yeah, in the second half, it was Tampines. And if you look at the stats, 17 shots, 6 on target, 8 corners. Yeah. So overall, Tampines would have shaded this for sure.
Yeah, plenty of opportunities there for them in the second half, particularly. And when we look now at the results, 10-1. Wow, that is going to be quite the headline, isn't it? 10-1 for Lion City Sailors against Young Lions. We have one final game this weekend. Albrechts Niigata against Geylang International. Remember, Albrechts, actually, when we look at the table shortly, they had a pretty good goal difference. But that has changed quite superbly now. Look at that. I mean, it's swung 5 now. Remember, they scored, they had a 9-goal difference, so you can just see the big swing here. So that's an important point later on in the season, perhaps. Albrecht still have a game in hand, and the two sides will play each other. That's that game. For our game here, Philip, big win here for Tampines Rovers and how they've now narrowed the gap with the game in hand.
That's right. They're just one behind now, and a game in hand. Winning the game in hand will mean they go 2 points clear of Tanjong Pagar. But saying that, you know, it's still one full round to go.
Yeah.
Plenty of changes going to happen because Tanjong Pagar, Tampines, Hougang, Geylang, they're all capable of taking points of each other.
Absolutely, all in the mix. Well, it certainly has been very, very eventful here. I've certainly enjoyed it. So good to have you with us. Philip Au, of course, the Assistant Technical Director of the Football Association of Singapore. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, our viewers, as well, for being here with us. A reminder, it ends here at Jurong Stadium as Tanjong Pagar United 3, Tampines Rovers 4.